You ever have one of those days where you look at your to-do list and you've checked off a ton of stuff, but you still feel like you've gone nowhere? Like you're not any closer to your biggest goals? It's a super common frustration. But what if I told you the answer isn't about doing more, but about thinking differently? We're going to explore one simple habit that can totally change the game.
I mean, it's one of the great paradoxes of work today, isn't it? We're told our whole lives that being busy and working hard is the only way to get ahead. But what if that's not the whole story? What if being constantly busy is the very thing that's making you miss out on the really big breakthrough opportunities?
Well, that feeling of running in place, it actually has a name. People call it the busy trap. It's that classic situation where your calendar is absolutely packed, but your career just feels stuck. And, it's a powerful illusion, psychologically speaking. Our brains get this little hit of dopamine every time we check off a small task, so we feel productive even when we're really just spinning our wheels.
So this is the question right at the heart of the busy trap. It is so easy to confuse activity with actual achievement, right? We're all checking off tasks, going to meetings, clearing out our inbox, and it feels like we're making progress. But are those things really moving the needle on what matters for your future? Are you actually building something? Or are you just treading water?
Okay, so let's dig into the real danger here. It's not just about feeling stuck. There's a huge hidden cost to being in this constant state of more. More tasks, more meetings, more emails. It all creates this illusion that you're getting somewhere, when really it's just quietly sabotaging your real potential.
And here's the bottom line. The thing we really have to get. Being busy is not a badge of honor. It's a barrier. It's actively destroying your potential for any real exponential growth. Because when your mind is totally cluttered with all the urgent little things, there's just no room left to see the truly important game-changing opportunities that are probably sitting right in front of you.
So this really breaks down into two totally different mindsets. You've got the busy mind over here, always rushing, always focused on doing more, and because of that, it misses all the powerful ideas. But then, you have the exponential mind, and this is a complete 180. It's all about thinking bigger, but acting simpler, focusing only on the essential stuff that actually creates a flow of new opportunities.
All right, so the big question is, how do we get that second mindset? Well, this is where we get into the solution, cultivating an exponential mindset. And this isn't just another productivity hack, okay? This is the secret that high-impact leaders and thinkers use to make a massive difference without getting bogged down in the day-to-day. So let's get super clear on what this means. Exponential thinking is really about two things at once. First, you let your mind go big. I'm talking huge, ambitious goals, like 10 times bigger than what you think is possible. But then, you take that massive vision and you boil it down to a very small, super focused set of daily actions. It's like you become a visionary in your head, but a total minimalist in how you execute. And this quote just nails it perfectly. Leaders think big, but act simple. The most effective people out there don't have these crazy complex plans. What they have is clarity. They think on this massive scale, but they simplify their actions down to just the vital few things that will give them the most leverage.
So the real mindset shift is going from a brain that's just cluttered with doing more to a brain that's wired to find the essential. It's all about untangling the chaos to find that one simple gear that when you turn it, moves everything else forward. That kind of clarity, that's what powers your most impactful work.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually put it into practice? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple. You can build this entire mindset with just one single concrete habit.
Yup. It all comes down to the power of one. One habit, 1 hour, and one single question. It's amazing how the most profound changes in our lives almost always come from the absolute simplest practices.
And let me tell you, the promise here is enormous. We're not talking about adopting a dozen new systems or doing a complete overhaul of your life. The idea is that this one single, consistent habit has the power to completely change the trajectory of your career, taking it from just slow, incremental progress to something truly exponential.
So here it is. It's called the Golden Hour Thinking Rule, and it's incredibly simple. Step 1, you have to stop rushing. You carve out some dedicated time, maybe an hour, just for focused awareness. Step 2, in that quiet time, you give yourself permission to think bigger, with zero limits. And finally, step 3, you channel all that big thinking by asking yourself one single powerful question.
And here is that question. The one question that can honestly change everything. You just ask yourself this: what is the one essential action that unlocks the most opportunity? See, this question is specifically designed to cut through all the noise and break through your own inner resistance. It's the bridge that takes you from that huge, big-picture thinking to one simple, powerful action.
So what happens when you actually make this a daily practice? What's the real long-term payoff? Well, you're not just escaping the busy trap anymore. You start moving into the realm of building a real, meaningful legacy. And that is the ultimate outcome of an exponential mindset.
And the results? They're profound. That clarity you get knowing your one essential action each day, that's what creates real wealth. And I mean wealth not just financially, but in your time and your freedom too. It's these tiny, consistent daily habits that compound over the years to build that lasting legacy. Your whole career shifts from this frantic race into a focused, super impactful journey.
So at the end of the day, it really just boils down to this powerful idea. You start with one small, totally manageable habit. But the result isn't some small, tiny improvement. No, it's a massive, fundamental shift in your life. It's basically the magic of leverage and compounding, but applied directly to your own thinking.
So let me leave you with this. A legacy isn't built in some grand, sweeping gesture. It's built in the small moments. It's the sum of your daily habits and the quality of your daily thinking. The real question isn't, are you busy? It's, what are you busy with? So what's your one essential thing? What are you going to start thinking about today